Greetings and welcome again to my next instalment of how you too can learn to play mystical, ancient, 3,000-year-old instruments which you can buy off eBay for 140 quid. This, as I say, is a replica of the ancient Jewish kinnor lyre which my very own Levite ancestors used to play in the Temple of Jerusalem. In this little lesson I'm going to show you some basic boring stuff on how to set the lyre up when you first get it. And these lyres are chiefly manufactured in Pakistan of all places, and you can find them on eBay. Just do an eBay search for kinnor, Kinnor. I got this from the early music shop in Bradford in the United Kingdom. Great bargain. Anyway, when you get the instrument, you'll notice that you get the bridge comes just as a loose spare part. Let's just show you what happens here. The bridge, by the way, is just the bit where the strings sort of rest over the instrument. But this transmits the vibrations of the strings to the body of the instrument. It's hollow, so it's hard to see, and there's little holes for the sound to escape. Yes, so it's called a floating bridge. The same setup you see on a violin. And the purpose of this, it's angled up this way so the treble strings are a little bit shorter, so there's less tension on them, and the bass strings are a bit longer, which gives you more bass basically. If you had the bridge completely flat like that, there'd be far too much tension difference between the treble and the bass, and you'd end up with all your treble strings snapping, and it also feels a bit odd when all the strings are completely different tensions. So in other words, by moving the bridge in this sort of angle, that sort of equalises the tension on all the strings, sort of compensates for the strings, if you like, the length and the tension. The optimum string length I found works best on the kinnor. Let's show you here. On the treble side, on the higher string, between the tuning peg here and the bridge, I've got that as 42 centimetres, and going all the way down to I was doing this. The lower string, between the tuning peg and the actual bridge, I've got that to 52 centimetres, so that's 52 centimetres and 42 centimetres up here. And that works quite well. You'll also notice the strings here are colour-coded. That's really good for finding intervals. Let's just explain quickly what an interval is. An interval means the space between two notes. Just think of it like the white notes on a piano. Say between, this is an E on the lyre, between E and F sharp, that's called a second. And between E and a G, that's a third. Or, if you want to be really technical, it's a minor third in this case. Then you have a fourth. Between E and the A, 1, 2, 3, 4. A fifth, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice little drone sound. A sixth, seventh, in this case a minor seventh, and then the octave. In other words, 8 notes between them. These are all octaves up here. So that's a little bit about intervals. A good exercise to get used to playing intervals, similar if you're learning the piano. Let's say, for example, to play a third on the lyre, just miss one string out. So here we're playing D and F sharp, and just play it up in thirds, missing one string out. Then have a go at playing fourths, where you miss 2 strings out. You can see that. A little exercise. Before you know it, you'll you'll find your fingers automatically find the right spacing between the strings. The fifth, you miss 3 strings out. And the sixth, you miss 4 strings out. It's quite logical. Sevenths, you don't really use that often. They're quite discordant. Octaves, and you can just play a couple of octaves, there's only 10 strings on the instrument. You can play, say, between an E and an E, F sharp, D, and E. That's a good way to start tunes. Maybe just add a fifth in the middle there. Very ancient stuff. The tuning pegs themselves are all friction pegs. In other words, there's no machine heads like you find on a guitar or a banjo or something. So this is the tuning key. Just sort of rocks in there. Make sure when you tune, you press very hard. Don't be afraid of pressing it quite hard. It's only the actual friction which keeps the peg in place. If you find you have one particular peg which is a bit slippy, just get some violin bow rosin, the stuff that you put on a violin bow to help it cling to the strings. It's really nice. It's like sticky resin basically. And that might just cure the problem. Just a useful tip you might want to try. Anyway, enough of my dodgy Scouse accent. I hope you enjoyed that little technical lesson. And very soon you too will be playing the mystical Lyre of the Temple of Jerusalem.